Hi Safya, it's Amira from Inside Success. I've got some questions for you.
Hi Amira, thanks for having me today. I'm really excited to be speaking with you.
What would you tell your younger self if you could?
If I could, I will tell my younger self to speak up and not be afraid to speak her mind and, you know, wondering what other people think of her. To be confident and to forgive people and to forgive herself. You know, some circumstances that she was raised up were not in her control, and to let those go and find good in any situation and push through no matter what. You know, it's feeling hurt and carrying that over a lifetime, you really just end up damaging yourself. So let go and move on. You know, and one of the most important thing is love yourself, girl. You know, not to expect it from other people. Give yourself that hug and that pat on your shoulder when you're doing good, and to, you know, always believe in yourself and believe in your dreams and be bold. Take opportunities as they come. You know, it's better to deal with, you know, realizing you may have made a wrong decision and try again than living with regrets, realizing you've never chosen anything and never stuck to anything in your life. So that's what I would tell my younger self if I could.
What do you love about your job?
What I love about my job is meeting new people and getting to share our experiences and hear their stories and realize that we're not alone into so many of the ventures that we've had to encounter in our lifetime. You know, I love being able to feel motivated by them and to motivate them back in return, sorry. Sometimes, like, you know, in a lot of jobs you end up, it's a take. You're just waiting for the money to come in, or, you know, you're just working and not getting anything back. But what I love about Safya's motivation and storytelling is that I'm able to give back and also get back in return when we're talking about the journey of healing. The more I heal, the more I see others around me healing. The more others around me heal, the more I heal myself. So I love the fact that it's something that we just keep passing on and that it's a legacy. That's the aim of my job. That's what I love about it, that I'm able to leave a legacy behind.
Did you know what you wanted to be?
I did know what I wanted to be from a young age. I knew I loved performing and I loved people. So, you know, from a young age, I think I was about 9 years old when I danced in front of an audience for the first time, and I kept on dancing with a dance school for the next 5 or 6 years or so. I mentioned before when things got difficult with the family, how I got to pick up a pen and paper and got all my lyrics down. So I saw myself going, oh yeah, I'm going to sing, I feel passionate about that, I feel good about voicing and sharing my art with other people, you know. And I think it was I was 16 years old when I recorded the first track that was called If You Really Want It. So I always, you know, that was very dear to me, to be able to share things moving forward in a narcissistic way. And that's what I did, and that's what I'm going to continue to do today.
What was the worst career decision you've made?
Interesting, because I think many might be able to relate to it. You know, I'm a perfectionist and I was waiting for perfect situations, circumstances to push the project ahead. You know, with shows, planning different gigs and so on, and waiting for that perfect timing. I think you could say it was a bit of a lack of self-confidence and self-doubt. And as a result, I didn't plan for COVID to hit. And when that happened, it delayed the projects even more. And I'm thinking, geez, I could probably have done a few shows had it not been for me procrastinating and wanting to get it to that perfect level. You only become better at something the more you do it. Now, would I call it a worse decision? Probably not. You know, is it a failure? Definitely not. It taught me how to redirect myself towards my goals. It taught me how not to procrastinate and to just be proactive about my projects and my ideas. And so that's probably would be the worst decision, or the worst decision I did not make.
How did you organize your time?
In 3 words: mind, body, and soul. So in one day, in 24 hours, I aim to strike a balance and making sure that I start with exercising, because that really gets you to feel happy and feel good into your own skin. And then I try to read something, no matter what it is. It could be a TEDx talk, it could be a book, it could be an article, and also to feed my soul. And that could be meditating, it could be writing my lyrics. So I organize my time, in a fashion where I can dedicate, so many hours and so much of my energy to each of those sections.
What is your greatest strength?
My greatest strength, I would say, is to be able to adapt to situations, no matter how bad they seem to be, and to seek the good in, the worst situation. So I look at a glass and I see it half full rather than half empty. I don't take no for an answer, and I push through. I'm a fighter. Well, I'm a dreamer, and like many dreamers, you are your own character. You are your own superhero. You are your own alter ego. So this is my greatest strength, and it has helped me in many, many situations where others might be looking in my story and think like, how the hell does she do it? And I'm thinking, I'm just doing it because I just hold tight to the little positivity or the little good that appears to be. So I try to see the blessing in disguise into any situation.
What is your greatest weakness?
My greatest weakness will have to be procrastination and not always seeing something till completion. Sometimes I have 3 books on my bedside table and I'm thinking, why am I having 3 books? I haven't even finished 1 book. So it's getting myself to pay more attention and focus to one thing at a time. A lot of creators, artists have thoughts rushing, ideas, and they're all great, equally great. But not being able to complete one sometimes just gets your whole energy spread over 10 projects, and you can't always then see one to its full potential or towards completion. So my greatest weakness, which I have been working on to, and I've been working on to by disciplining myself, by going, no, I'm not going to be going on to a different venture until I've completed this one. So that has been my biggest weakness, to procrastinate and go from one thing to another, but I'm really getting better at it. And that's all you can do, right? Once you analyze what you're good at, like my strength, and we spoke about it before, I use it as much as I can, and when I realize my weakness, I try to work onto it.
What do you read?
I read different books depending on my mood, really. Sometimes I'm into biographies, sometimes it's an artistic, it could be poetry, and sometimes it's pure imagination, like a superhero book, to just tickle my imagination a little. I actually bought a few books to show you. So I read that one, I think it was at the start of this year, Angela Ma, Turning Your Gift Around, Full Circle. Her story is amazing, and these type of books, like these type of stories, just inspire you. Doesn't matter what kind of like bad cards you were dealt with, she just turned them around and just became who she is today. I also have here The Rose That Grew from Concrete, the poetry from Tupac Shakur. As I mentioned before, I absolutely love Tupac. Many people don't know he used to write poetry. So this is a very, very special book to me. I actually go over it quite a number of times. At the moment, I am currently reading Spirit of Pharaoh by Terry Jervis. I've never been much of a, comic book girl. But I love it now that I get to see how it engages my imagination. Love the storytelling. It's about a hero, which I think right now at this stage where we're all up in the world, we all need a little bit of hero and hope. So that's what I generally read. Sometimes I'll jump onto articles. Any read is a good read for me. There's treasure in every type of writing. So that's what I read. I really want to thank everyone for this opportunity. Inside Success, Amira, I'm so glad I got to speak with you today. And for the audience, I know you guys are young and you have a lot of dreams and you'll have a lot of obstacles, and many of you may not have been dealt with the best deck of cards at the start of your life and find that you may be struggling with so many things that are out of your control. Drop them. Do what you can with making your situations better. And believe in yourself and your dreams. And be bold. And do not compare yourself to anybody else. Your best competition is yourself. Aim to become a better version of yourself today than you were yesterday. And I hope to be speaking with you all again sometime, maybe when I come down to the UK when this lockdown is all lifted. So thanks a lot for the opportunity, and yeah, talk to you soon. Bye.